Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie. And let's get started. For DIY number 1, I'm going to begin with 2 of these Dollar Tree doll houses from the toy section, and I'm going to get everything ready to paint, including all the furniture and these 2 houses. And I'm going to go in with this Rust-Oleum spray paint. It bonds to plastic in the color white and paint it up like this really quick. A nice coat. And now I'll go in with a Mod Podge to seal everything up. And now the spray paint will have a better chance of not chipping off. So now I'm going to begin with painting the trim on these 2 homes, these 2 houses, and I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint in the color Ballet Slipper and Apple Barrel paint in the color Bright Red, like this. And here's how they're looking. I'm really loving it. I don't show it, but I did end up doing a little bit of a dry brush with the white Waverly chalk paint, but I didn't show it, but I did that later on. Now here I'm going to go in with some of this caulking from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put a nice bead of caulking on the very top of the house just to help give it that luscious frosting look, kind of like a whipped cream look. And I'll do this to both of the houses. Look how cute. And here's the other one. They're nice and ready, and we'll come back to them a little later. This video is a part of a Valentine Dollhouse Makeovers challenge, and it is hosted by Melissa over at Melissa Makes It DIY, and 6 of us have joined together to make over these little doll houses for Valentine's Day. So when you're done watching my video, please head on over to my description box and follow the playlist and see what everybody else has decided to create for this fun challenge. Okay, DIY number 2. We'll start with the furniture now, and so we're going to go in with the same 2 colors, the Ballet Slipper by Waverly and the Bright Red by Apple Barrel. And look how adorable. And the little televisions, I had to paint black in the middle, because yeah. So now we're going to place all the little parts, all the little furniture pieces inside the doll houses, and I'll be speeding up this section of the video because it took me a little while to figure out how I wanted everything. But yeah, look, just like this. Look how adorable. Oh my goodness. Yes, I wanted to do the inside as well. Okay, so now we'll set that aside and we'll move on to DIY number 3. And for this one, I'm taking these 2 boxes. They're like a wooden holder. It says wooden holder, but they're just essentially boxes, like half boxes. So I'm going to flip them over and adhere them together with some good Gorilla Hot glue, and it holds them very well. And now I'm going to go in with a Folk Art Home Deco chalk paint in the color Adirondack White and do a full coat. And now I'm going to take another tube of the caulking. I had used up the other one. It was at the very end. So I'm going to cut it open, and I'm going to start doing some caulking on the perimeter edge and go all the way around this, what it is now a rectangle. So it almost looks like a cake. So now I'm going back in with the caulking to create 2 walk paths for the houses. So one is a little bit more narrow than the other. That's just how it worked out, and I'm keeping it like that. Now I'm not liking the way it dried. It dried kind of like an off-white, so I'm going to go back in with the same white paint. And now I'm going to go in with some of this tulip glitter paint just to give all that caulking a little bit more shine, a little bit more pizzazz, because I want it to look a little bit like frosting, like whipped cream, you know, like something delicious. So a little bit of glitter paint is always a good thing. It's a puffy paint. So here's how it's looking. I don't know if you can really see it, but I can see it. And we'll come back to that later. Now for DIY number 4, we're going to begin with 2 packs of these coasters in the heart shape, and they're made out of a felt, and then they're wrapped with these pretty gingham ribbons, which we'll use later. So I'm going to use 2 of the red and 2 of the pink, and the pink is almost like a hot pink, but we'll go with it because I love how they look. I love that they say love in the inside. Really, really cute. We'll put the rest away for another time. And now here is a piece of white felt that I happen to have on hand, and I cut it in half. And I'm going to use these felt pieces to place inside of the hearts. That way we can see the words love a little bit better. So I cut out 2 really quick hearts, and they are by no means perfect, but that's okay because they'll be sandwiched inside these 2 hearts. So I'm just going to add a bead of glue around the heart, place my white heart. That's kind of cut a little funny, but that's okay. Snip off the excess. And now we'll go in with another bead of glue, and then that way we can add the other heart on top. But first we're going to add this piece of dowel that I painted in a brown to make it look like a twig. So here's some more glue just to get everything nice and adhered, and I'm going to use these mini clamps just to help keep everything secure. And now I'll do the red one the same way, and again I'll go in with my little clamps just to help keep everything nice and secure as we wait for the glue to set. So now here are my little ribbons, my little bows. I pulled the bows off the ribbons, and I'll get them ready so I can embellish these little heart trees. So here I'll just set them aside for a minute, remove my clamps, and I'm noticing that the glue didn't go to the edge. So I'm going to take my detail glue gun and adhere that a little bit better. Add my clamps back on again, do the other side as well. I don't like that gap. So definitely I like to utilize these little clamps for this kind of project where I can't hold everything at the same time. And definitely this one the same thing. So add some more glue with my detailed glue gun, place my little clamps like this. So now this will be much better, and I'll set that down. And now I can start adding my little bow. So remove all my clamps and everything's better adhered, and I'm going to add some more glue, and I'll add it to the base of the heart and add one of the cute little bows that's already made that came on the coasters. And here's my second heart, and I'll do the same thing. Remove all the clamps and add a little dab of glue and add the cute little red gingham bow to the heart. Look how adorable. So now here I have these 2 plastic little donuts, and I got these off of Amazon. I'll link them in my description box, of course. And I'm going to add some glue and place a little dowels inside. They fit in there pretty nicely, and I just kind of hold it up for a second so the glue will set, and look, it stands. But that's okay. Even if it falls, it's okay because we'll be adhering these donuts to my wood base, so it's fine. But see, look, these are so cute. No, we'll knock down the other one. But like I said, they'll be adhered to my wood base, so it's all right. So here I'm just going to add some more glue to the hole of the underneath. That way it's more secure. And I'll do that to the second one and wait for the glue to set before I set them down. Now, DIY number 5. I'm going to use these plastic ice cubes from the Dollar Tree, and you're probably wondering, oh my goodness, what is she going to use that for? So I'm going to take the red ones. That's all I'm going to use. I'll save these for another project. And I'm going to poke a little hole. I'm going to use my weeding tool to do this. So I'm just going to poke a hole and squeeze out all the water or whatever's in these cubes. I'm just going to squeeze it all out into this little dish. And then with my scissors, I'm going to snip off a square on one of the sides like this. And I'll do this to all 4. And now I'm going to take these really pretty mini roses, and I'll snip off all of the little roses at about 1 inch or so in length, and I'll do this to all the little roses like this. So here they are, all nice and snipped off. Now I'm going to take 4 or 5 in a bundle and place them inside these little cubes, and so these will be like little planters for my little setup. Look how adorable. So some will have 4 and some will have 5. And so here are my 4 bundles. Look how cute. Oh my goodness. And now with all my DIYs complete, I will put everything together. It's time to embellish and do all the setting up. So here are my little heart trees. Here are some table scatter in heart shapes in pink and in red. And then my little bundles of roses are here. And I'm also going to use one more of these little plastic donuts, one of these in the pink. And I'll also be using a few of these opaque plastic gummy bears and some of these translucent ones too. And also some of these mini clay little hearts. And they're all from Amazon. And I'm also going to use 2 of these little pops in the pink. And these were from the Dollar Tree, but I'm just going to use the 2 pink ones. And I also ended up using some wood hearts from the Dollar Tree and some felt hearts as well. But I'll include everything in my description box for you guys. Okay, so here is my little base, nice and dry. Here are my little houses. I'll put them in place and they fit in there pretty perfectly, I think. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it was like a snug fit. So now we'll begin with the table scatter, and I'm going to place them all how I would like to create a pathway like this. And here they are adhered to my base, and now I'm going to go in with my tulip glitter puffy paint, and I'm going to paint the rest of this base with this puffy paint to act as a glue, and that way it'll have like a shine too, like a little bit of glitter. And I'm placing all of my mini clay hearts on there, and now I'm adhering the 2 trees on each side and the little bundles of roses, the little pots of roses where I'd like them. And yeah, this is sped up pretty much because this took me a little bit of while. So here I'm placing the little gummy bears. They're made out of plastic, they're not real. Everything here is not real except for the 2 pops that will go in the center. These 2 pops here, these are real, so I'll have to remove those before I put everything away. So I'm going to place my other little donut in the middle on the back, and then the 2 pops in the center, and it held them pretty well. And like I mentioned, this took a little while to do, so I didn't film all the embellishing, but you'll see them in a minute. So I just keep working on it until they look like this. Look how adorable. Here's the inside of the one, and here's the inside of the other, and here's the final reveal. Moment and thank Melissa over Melissa Makes It DIY for hosting this fun challenge. These little doll houses are always so much fun to play with. I feel like a kid again. And don't forget to watch the playlist when you're done watching this video. It's linked in my description box. All you gotta do is click it and enjoy the playlist. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And until my next video, stay healthy, safe, and strong, and have a great day. Bye bye.